Hey, it's David with Architect's Griddle. As promised on Friday, we're doing hibachi now. And I'll give you a tour of the ingredients. Zucchini, diced to just the right size so that when we steam it on the griddle, it'll cook right. We have carrots and onions, and we have eggs. We're doing hibachi rice, and we have plenty of chicken. And then we've already pre-cooked the rice, so that's ready to go. So this should be a fun griddle. We're gonna get it cooking. We can start with the eggs here. I'm not gonna do what they do at the restaurants, but we'll give it a try. I think I'll just drop it. This is all an experiment. We've never done this here before. I'm gonna see how that goes. That wasn't too bad. Let's do the others. That doesn't work, dropping it. I think just smashing it on the grill works well. No shell in it yet. That's good. Kind of pushing the egg over to the coolest side of the grill. That's what I've seen them do. They flatten it. That's leaving way more shell. There's still none. It's fine. Okay. Let's do the last one. I like a little extra egg in the rice. Now that was nice. That split it right in half. And the eggs are cooking. They really don't take long to cook. I'm just going to let it cook up, and then I'll mix it into the rice. Okay, slide this over. All right, eggs cooked. We're gonna get the rice over on the cooler side of the grill. We're gonna let that cook while we cook everything else. Throw the chicken on. Let that brown. What I like to use is a combination teriyaki and soy sauce. So we're going to go ahead and get the rice good and wet. Let that start cooking. There we go. The trick is to keep everything going and not burn anything. So I know the meat cooks a certain way, and it wants to be flipped every so often so it doesn't stick and burn. But at the same time, we have vegetables that are steaming. And we have a dome we'll use to cover these in a little while when we make room on the griddle. We're gonna get these veggies right too. And then we're sauteing the onions. And one thing we forgot to add was butter. There we go. One of the things we don't have is a yum yum sauce recipe. If anyone has any good recipes out there for yum yum sauce, let us know. We'd love to do that as a experimental video as well. A little salt. So this is the Architect's Griddle, and every now and then I give an architectural lesson, real easy lesson. And this is a good example of taking different ingredients and putting them together into a composition and creating an amazing dish. And there's characteristics of each. And this is not that much different than architecture and design whenever we take different materials from wood to siding to flooring to lighting and so forth, and combine those into a composition. The biggest difference is that we can consume this and you don't consume architecture, you actually inhabit architecture. So there's a continued experience of the sights and sounds and textures and smells. And it's really not much different than a hibachi dish. And so the crossover from design to cooking is we're kind of designing a meal here. And for example, the rice has a texture, a repetition, and a taste and a flavor that is different than the veggies. And it cooks differently as well. It's the same in architecture. It takes different methods and materials to create certain things. And for me, this is very much a material. The veggies are a material, and there's a certain method for dealing with them on the griddle, and so forth. So there's a lot of similarities between design and architecture and cooking. I turn the griddle up so we can get things browning and cooking. I like to start a little lower just to make sure I don't burn anything, because we all know the number one rule here is there's no mistakes as long as you don't burn it. It smells so good right now. I can smell the teriyaki and soy sauce and the rice and the egg and the veggies, and especially the onions, which are sauteing nicely. And go ahead and flip those. The carrots are good on this dish, and I really believe a lot of times they're added just for the color. And in my case, I like the way they taste, but I'm adding them for the color. It's going to make the dish much more appetizing, and it'll taste nice and give a little crunch and a little texture in the rice. Kind of add water to everything, keep it a little wet, let it steam itself. Kind of get an appreciation for hibachi chefs that are cooking in front of 6, 7, 8 people or more, and everyone's watching everything you do, and they're looking at you like they're hungry. And I only wish I had a few people sitting around at which I could toss a little piece of egg to, like they do in the restaurants. That would be fun. Maybe next time. Little did I know that there's a party planned tonight. We were going to do this cook and just eat it ourselves, but there's actually a party. So we're cooking not just for ourselves, but for a party for a young man going off to seminary. So I hate to say this would be his last meal, but it'll be his last meal here for a little while. And we want it to be a good one for him. It's cooking along nicely. I want the onions and the carrots to cook down a little more and get a little more tender. There's going to be enough crunch in this rice with the carrots that we don't need to add extra onion crunch. We want that to truly saute. The zucchini's cooking great. When it becomes more clear and transparent, you know you've done your job, and it'll be tender to the taste and ready to be eaten. It's getting pretty close, and some of it's getting brown. That's nothing but flavor right there. That's good stuff right there. We want it all to kind of touch the griddle. So if you see me flattening it out, I want it all on some heat. And it looks like our chicken's getting closer. We don't want to overcook it, but we definitely want to get rid of the salmonella. Right here, this is the egg. This is the egg that they would break into pieces, set on the side to cool at the restaurant. and then they would grab it and they would make a little toss like this. That's fun. And we're going to get everything wet one more time. We're getting close. We're pulling this off and making a big pile of hibachi rice. I'm getting excited. Everyone out here is smelling this, and it smells just like the hibachi restaurants with the steam and aroma swirling around, and everyone gets so hungry. The only thing I'm upset about is that I do not have a yum yum sauce recipe. And if we just had some yum yum sauce, which I suspect is majority butter, if we just had some of that, it would be a perfect dish. We're gonna get by without it, but that's what's on my mind. All right, we're getting close now. I can tell the zucchini is starting to get real tender and kind of want to fall apart a little bit, which is good. What I would like to do is take the onions and carrots, bring it on over, put it into the rice. Heck, we're in the architecture and construction business. This is no different than the bulldozer on a site. Anyway, we mix a little dirt and rock and mud together. So our rice is looking amazing. I'm gonna give it a few more turns. It's not really sticking together, which is cool, and it is smelling amazing. And coming up on one of our next videos is, this is Mr. Mike, otherwise known as Pops. He has a 2-burner Blackstone next door that we are gonna cook some fish on. I don't really eat fish, but everyone around me eats fish and seafood. But we're gonna try a fish cook next door at his house on his 2-burner Blackstone. That'll be coming up. And my spatula's too hot because I've had it on the grill too long. But this chicken is done. We just lost one, that's all right. The chicken's done, chicken's ready. It's looking a little dry. I don't mind going through a whole bottle of teriyaki and a whole bottle of soy sauce at all. It's almost impossible to put too much. You don't want a big soupy, gloopy mess, but I can tell everything's a little dry, and we just kind of browning it right now. Look at this rice. Oh my goodness. Just perfect. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix. The kids, we'll just pull it out for the kids, but I'm gonna mix the zucchini in right now. We're gonna do it as one huge dish. And I'm trying to go through my mind right now and think, okay, what ingredients did we miss? And we have it all. The biggest thing that's easy to miss is putting your eggs in. I'm an unprofessional chef, but I'm a professional designer. And we typically don't miss certain things like steel in the foundation or anything, but cooking, my guard's down a little bit. I've been known to forget egg or something. Let's see. Let's do like they do in the restaurant. I think what we're going to do is make a heart. Flatten it out. It's kind of cheesy, but it's funny. Make a nice heart, and then the guy says, heart beating, heartbeat. So this rice is ready, guys. We're about to throw it in a bowl. The chicken is ready, looking amazing. Let me just break one open. I just want to make sure that is a perfect piece of chicken, guys. And let's see, we're going to use this big stainless steel bowl. Now they all come up when it's going to come off. So we have zucchini, we have eggs, we have carrots, onions, plenty of teriyaki sauce, plenty of soy sauce, little salt, little pepper. And this is a nutritious meal if you were going to have one. This is it. This is what you want. And it's weird to be videoed cooking and then to be videoed by another party running up, probably putting it on Snap. Almost got it all here. Normally this would be placed on a plate on about a spatula full is what I've seen them do. I'm trying to get as much rice up. I don't want to clean this any more than I have to. But there is our rice. I'm going to make a little room for the chicken on the side. That's done. And just a little bit. I'm going to pull that off. Golly, this thing is hot. There we go. Not everyone wants chicken in their rice, so I'm trying to respect the vegetarians among us. They'll eat eggs, but they won't eat chicken. And that's all right. Get them all, just a few more. Ah, perfect. Here is your great big bowl of hibachi rice and chicken. It's going to be fabulous. We'll give you a taste test in a minute. A guest here that's going to do a taste test and tell us how the chicken and rice came out. It's very hot. Take it easy. It's good? Mm-hmm. We got to give a thumbs up. Ah, 2 thumbs up. All right. Okay, we're going to do the taste test now. Got to get the apron off on the side, and it smells so good. I'm looking. I can see the egg and the carrot and the zucchini in here. Just looks wonderful. And then I'm gonna get us a scoop of the chicken. Ooh, and I see a little extra egg. I want some of that right there. I'm gonna give this a try. Let's see. I want a little zucchini. I'm gonna try to not do what I did in the last video where I took a bite of something that was way too hot. So I'm gonna take a little zucchini, a little rice, a little egg. By tomorrow, after it sits in the fridge, it'll be absolutely perfect. Let's try the chicken. Tender, not overcooked or dried out, just right. I'd say success for this hibachi cook.